We used to be best friends, used to do good things together. Oh no, but no more. It's just a distant memory. My homie, buddy, cousin, it all just fell apart. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'm not sorry.
It's just a distant memory. Yeah, yeah. My name said good, bestie. That'll check out, come on. That'll check out, come on. My name said good, bestie. That'll check out, come on. That'll check out, come on. My name said good, bestie. That'll check out, come on. That'll check out, come on. My name said good, bestie. That'll check out, come on. That'll check out, come on.
Am I early?
Yes, you're an hour early, but that's fine. I'm home.
I can call you an hour later.
No, that's fine. I can go. I'm seated. That's all right.
I did my math wrong. You see, this is all the reason why I always admit I'm crap at maths. You know, I'm very open about it. Imagine I can't even count the number of hours difference we have.
We all have our strengths.
People should be very worried.
Nah, that's all right. You're good.
Welcome to the Feeling Station.
Thank you, brother.
For those listening to this podcast for the first time, it's a romantic family and friendship breaker podcast showcasing stories that people would like to talk about with a view to give you lessons from their experiences. Now, I hope you find today's story entertaining, but more importantly, meaningful. And the podcast is popular for two main reasons, really. The first being I do my best to keep you, my friend, anonymous, by giving you a name from the African continent. Are you ready for the name that I have for you, sir?
I am.
Cool. So I've gone over to East Africa, and your name is Kamau, which is K-A.
Come on.
Yeah, K-A-M-A-U. Kamau.
M-A-L.
Yeah.
M-A.
M-A-U. So K-A-M-A-U.
M-A-U.
Kamau.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And what that
does it mean?
means is somebody that's a quiet warrior.
Oh.
Yeah. And you know, I kind of like that because warriors are expected to be very loud, boisterous people, right?
Yeah.
But then this one is a quiet one, which I think are the more dangerous ones, to be fair.
I feel like you stalked me to find my name for me.
Yeah.
Because that's definitely me.
Nice one. So your name is Kamau. And the second reason why the podcast is doing really well is there are real life lessons that people walk away with from the story that you're going to share today. So what would you like somebody listening to your story to take away?
Yeah, so I've got 4 lessons. The first one is forgiveness does not equate reconciliation. That is, some doors are better left closed.
Oh, I totally agree. I hate to expand on lessons, but this is a constant debate with some of my friends and family. To say, just because you are not getting along with that person anymore and you shut the door, they assume that you haven't forgiven them. And that you're still harboring something inside that hurts you. But the reality for me is, for those who are forgiven, if I really see no value in, I mean, I can't give you anything meaningful in terms of a relationship. You can't give me anything meaningful in a relationship. I've got to let you go.
Exactly. I mean, if a person is toxic and wronged and you're forgiving them, you don't really expect to open yourself for that toxicity again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So no, that's I really like that lesson, and I've heard it more than once. So yes, thanks for that one. And your second one?
The second one is the people who fail you teach you how not to fail others.
Oh wow, amen.
Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that one.
Yeah, I feel like that's pretty much self-explanatory.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Go to the third one.
Yeah.
So third one is biology makes you a father. Taking on responsibilities make you a dad.
Hey, brother. You've dug deep. You've dug deep. Do you know, I had to Google the difference between a father and a dad once upon a time.
Really?
Yeah, and I get it. Every male who produces a child is a father. Period.
Exactly.
Whether we like it or we don't, you are a father. But it's not
You're a
every
father,
father
yeah.
that is a dad.
100%.
And
A lot of people mix it up, yeah.
yeah, and the dad is somebody who's really involved in, that child's life in whatever way possible. They're present,
Exactly.
they're available.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your fourth one?
And the fourth one, this one I'm actually planning to put it on a t-shirt. It's okay to have Jesus
Yes.
and a therapist too.
It's actually not a funny lesson, but it's very relatable.
Yeah.
Because it's very easy for people to say that Jesus is the cornerstone and the foundation of everything, so you can lean on him. But Jesus is in the spirit, though.
Right. So like from us as Black Africans, we're so entwined in spirituality that we often think that mental health and support like mental health support and spirituality are mutually exclusive, but they're not.
Yeah.
They're actually intertwined. And then it's about time we have to consider that as well.
Ah, nice one, man. Thanks, man. So just to play those back before we get into story number one, forgiveness does not equate reconciliation. Some doors are better left closed. Number two, the people who fail you teach you how not to fail others. I really like that one. Number three, biology makes you a father. Taking on responsibilities makes you a dad. Then the last but not least, it's okay to have Jesus and a therapist too. Okay. Right, so I believe we are doing a family-related story here.
100%.
And this is about who?
So this story is first and foremost, it's a story about betrayal, deception, and the trickling effect of responsibility. Yep.
Yo.
Yeah. And it involves four people. Number one is me. Kamal.
Yes.
Number two is my mom that I'll call Mama throughout. Number three is I'll call him Shaggy. And you understand very soon why I'm calling that person Shaggy.
Okay.
And number four is Snoop.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
Hold up a sec.
So-
Are you a hip hop guy?
Not really,
Not
but
really?
like they relate. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I'm not a big hip hop person, but I do know my hip hop people.
Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, listen, this is your story to lead, so please fire away.
All right, thank you. So this story actually starts in the late 80s, coming to the early 90s. Yeah. So what I gather from my story that I know is that I was born to a very rich and powerful man, grandfather, actually, my maternal grandfather. He was very rich and powerful. Like, he was very well known in my city. And so people respected him a lot. But my mom, who was the first child of my grandfather in my grandmother's line, I'll come back to that, decided that she wants to be stubborn. And instead of going to high school, she decided to go and get pregnant at age 19.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, so she got pregnant with me at 19. And but that wasn't the big issue. The issue there was that my mom was dating Shaggy at that time. And Shaggy denied responsibility.
Wow.
That no, that baby is not mine. So that's where the name comes from, Shaggy. It wasn't me. You know that very popular song.
Yeah, wasn't me, right?
Wasn't me. Yeah. So Shaggy was like, wasn't me.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, I get it now.
So then, so my mom decided to be a double dater, just so, because she couldn't go face my grandfather with in quote a bastard. So what she did was to double date, and that's when Snoop comes into the picture.
Okay.
But I call this person Snoop because he smokes a lot, not weed but cigarettes.
All right. Okay. Got
Snoop.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, "Hey, Snoop, so just so you know, I'm pregnant and the baby is yours." After Shaggy had denied responsibility.
Yo.
Yeah. And that time, mom was 19 and Snoop was 20. So Snoop actually was from another city, but had come into our city to study when he met my mom.
Yeah.
So when word got out there that he had gotten my mom pregnant, um, his dad, that is Snoop's dad, was like, "No way, I don't trust that woman. I don't think you are responsible, and so therefore, taking you away from the city, you have nothing to do with that pregnancy."
Oh my gosh.
So eventually, my mom was left alone to raise the baby.
Do you know?
And contrary,
Did you
yeah.
know if? Did you know why Snoop's dad might have said, "I don't trust that woman"?
I'm not too sure. I barely knew the man. So at a later stage in my life, I got to know him a little bit, and I realized he's kind of like if it's not his way, it's not correct.
Okay. Right.
So his plan was for his child to go to school, finish, not to go to school and get somebody pregnant.
I see.
So
I see.
definitely not happening. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So, contrary to what my mom was expecting, when he went home to tell my grandfather, the rich and powerful man, that he was pregnant, my grandfather was like, "That's okay. We don't need anyone to take care of my grandson. I'm rich, I'm powerful. I'll take care of my grandson."
Nice.
Unfortunately, 8 months after I was born, he died.
Oh my gosh.
And he had married two women, with my grandmother being the second wife, who was like 15, 20 years younger than the first wife.
Yeah.
So after he died, we lost. By me, I mean we. I mean my grandma and my mom. They lost everything except the house that they lived in, because the first family, they were much more older. They took everything away from them, and back then they didn't really document properties and whatnot. But the man was really rich, but we got nothing apart from the house that we lived in.
Yo.
Yeah, so suddenly in the space of a year, we had gone from being rich and lacking nothing to being poor and lacking everything.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so then we had to, so like my mom struggled, dropped out of school, took on all jobs just to make sure that I get something to eat. And then my grandmother was still in the picture, and she used to sell in the market. So I would at age like 6, 7, I started going to the market to help my grandmother. So I would hawk in the market, in traffic, just selling water, brazier, underwear, pancake, whatever my grandmother wanted to sell. I was there to sell it. I would just carry it on my head going through traffic just to make ends meet. And that also meant that I had to go to the West schools in my district. It's actually the school I went to for my primary and middle schools was probably the West school in my district. Like nobody goes to that school and passes, because when other schools children are doing like 9 to 4 p.m. every day with different teachers teaching them different subject, in my school you go 6 a.m. you close at 12 p.m. for 2 weeks, and then you switch to from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the following 2 weeks.
Wow.
Because there were too many students and they didn't have enough resources.
Yeah.
So one teacher would teach like 5 subjects. So it was really bad. It was so bad that I, like, for the past like 20 years, nobody had actually passed the common exams that we did to go to high school. So, but for some reason, I turned out to be a very academically sound person. Like I knew stuff. So I was quite smart, and I would do a lot of studies, because my mom. What thing I liked was my mom really invested in my education. So even when she hadn't eaten, she would buy books for me to read. So I was always ahead of my classmate, like by 5 chapters or something like that.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
So fast forward, I wrote my exams, my common exams, and I was the only person from my school who actually passed to go to high school.
The only one.
And the only one in so long, in over 15, 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's when I realized maybe my academics will be the means to, help my family out. But mind you, at that time, I was still doing the selling and carrying stuff around, bread. When my grandmother decided to bake bread, so early morning, like 4 a.m., I'm up helping her bake bread and carrying the hot bread on my head. So I started like balding at a very young age, like 14, 15. I started balding. It wasn't funny, man. People were making. I got
Yo.
bullied a lot. So
And that was the effect of the work you were
yes,
doing? Okay.
yes,
Sure.
definitely. So at a point, my mom had had enough and decided, you know what, I'm going to take you to your dad. By dad, I mean she meant Snoop,
Oh, Snoop.
because that's the story that everybody had bought. Because I have my Snoop's name. Because Snoop actually decided to like step up until his dad took him away,
Yeah.
and then he stopped caring.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom put me in a car. We traveled all the way to Snoop's family house.
Yeah.
His dad kicked us out. He literally poured urine on us, like literally. And I hadn't seen my mom that broken before. She literally started crying in the street. Like Snoop's dad was like, you've come to destroy our family. You don't belong here. We don't take care of bastards. Stuff like that.
Oh my days.
So my mom decided to do it herself. So she started doing it herself, right? And then so my mom, my grandmother, my aunties, they all chipped in every now and then to help me, because after high school, because I've always had scholarships because I was very bright. Even in high school, I had scholarships, but then what to buy for food and whatnot, they chipped in every now and then. So the story went on until my third year in uni. So I went to uni 6 hours away from home. When I had come home for vacation one day.
So sorry, just before
Yeah.
that uni discussion, how old
Yeah.
were you when you were taken to Snoop's house?
I was probably 12 years old.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So get to uni third year. I came home for vacation. I was just hanging out with my friends when this life-changing phone call comes in. So I saw my mom calling. I picked up and I'm like, yo, what's up? And she's like, there's a girl looking for you in the house. And I'm like, wait, what? Because number one, nobody found me attractive in any sense. One. Number two, I don't know why a girl is coming to look for me. Like, what's going on, right? So I run home, and there's this older looking woman. She's probably 2, 3 years older than me. And she's like, are you Kamal? I'm like, yeah. What's up? Who are you? And what are you looking for? And she said, do you mind if we sat to talk? And I'm like, okay. Yeah, can I get my mom involved? And she was like, yeah, sure. Because I didn't know what was going to happen. And my mom had always been my support, right?
Also, you're the one who said, can you get your mom involved?
Yeah, I said I would get my mom involved, right? Because I wanted to be like a witness to whatever was about to happen. So tell me how this girl goes. Like, actually, my name is this, and I am your sister. Yo, I'm like, wait, what? I don't have a sister. I'm a first-born child. You clearly look older than me. I don't have a sister.
Yeah.
And she said, let me explain. And before she started explaining, my mom started crying, bawling her eyes out. I'm like, wait, what? What's happening, mom? And she was like, she couldn't talk. She tried to find her words, but she couldn't talk. And so this girl goes on to say, well, my dad is Shaggy, and he asked me to come and talk to you about him.
Hey, man.
Like that. So at this point, I'm like, first of all, who is Shaggy? I don't know any Shaggy, and I don't know what's happening.
I was just about to ask that. Did you know about Shaggy before? And clearly you didn't.
No, I had never heard about any Shaggy.
So you found out about Shaggy in your third year of uni?
Yes.
Yo.
And that would be like when I was probably like 18, 19,
Yo.
That old. So my mom finally stopped crying and she said, there's something I need to tell you. Don't tell anyone. I've never disclosed this to anyone before. I'm like, yeah, you're scaring me. What's going on? Like, what's happening? Just, let me know. And then she goes, actually, Shaggy, actually, Snoop is not your dad. Shaggy is your dad.
Jesus.
I'm like, wait, what? Like, the person that I have his name is not my dad, and there's another dad somewhere? Who is this dad, and where does he live, and what is he doing with his life? And then the girl was like, I think it's better if you met him to ask him those questions yourself. I just came to tell you that you are my brother and I'm proud of you. I'm like, why are you proud of me? You don't know me from Adam, so why are you proud of me? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I've been monitoring your life, you know.
I've been monitoring your life.
I should say we've been monitoring your life, and we are very proud of you. I'm like, who's we? And why are you monitoring my life? Like, oh, you, my dad and I, we've been like, since I learned about you like 10 years ago, I've always been looking out every morning. So apparently, Shaggy is a well-to-do contractor in the city, in the same city that I lived in, and he lived 5 minutes drive away from me.
Ain't no way.
Yeah, 5 minutes away. So like 15 minutes walk from my house. And so I didn't know this information until I was actually curious. So I said, like, okay, arrange the meeting. I want to meet this man, right? I want to see how he looks like. If I actually, because everybody tells me I look like my mom. I didn't expect to look like anybody else.
Hey,
So we,
you know, that's just giving me goosebumps, man. I'm in the sense that somebody can be watching you for 10 years.
yes,
Bro, that's a hell of a long time.
it is. It is
And they don't even say a single word.
nothing.
But they go home, they have conversations about you, they've got your name in their mouths for 10
Right.
years. And then they have the
Yeah.
balls to come smiling at your house and say, bro, I'm proud of you.
Right.
I don't know
No,
how they've
isn't that
reacted,
crazy?
man. I don't know if I'd have been as calm and cool as you are because, yo, that's
You know,
wild.
that's why I was saying like that name Kamal the Quiet Warrior.
Yeah.
It's like me
Okay.
because I'm usually not bothered by things. Like I'm like a duck on water. You know how a duck looks very smooth on water, but
Yeah.
underneath the water, the leg is like paddling all the time.
100%.
That's me.
Yo, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm like, okay, I need to, because this looks like a Hollywood, a Nollywood movie. Them, you know, them Nigerian movies. This is not real life, right? So that was a Friday. So we arranged to meet on a Sunday. So she tells me to meet them at a pub that was like 20 minutes away. So on the Sunday, my mom refused to go with me. She said she couldn't bear the pain of
Yeah, understandably, right?
reliving the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, understandably. So I'm like, okay, I will go.
But tell me something before you tell me about going over
Yeah.
to the pub. Obviously, this
Yeah.
news breaks to you about Shaggy. This girl goes away, and you remain with your mum.
Yes.
What was your conversation with your mum about that?
I didn't say a word.
Nothing.
I didn't say, I was shocked. And the way she was crying, I'd never seen my mom cry like that before. Like my mom is that kind of person who wouldn't show her emotions just like that.
Yeah.
Like when she misses you, she's not gonna tell you she misses you, but you will know that she misses you. You know,
Right.
she believes in actions rather than words.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't see her cry like that. I had never seen her cry like that. So I'm like, okay, this must be pretty big. So I'm just gonna let her be, right? I never brought it up ever, ever.
Okay, I get that.
And so
Yeah, I get that.
yeah, so yeah, the Sunday comes, she refuses to go with me. I go and it's Shaggy and his sister, not the girl that came to look for me.
Hey, man.
Shaggy's sister.
So now you're
my
meeting
aunt.
even more people.
Right.
Cheers.
So I sit down and Shaggy's like, oh, what do you want to drink? No, he's trying to be all lovey-dovey with me, like my dad, you know?
Did he hug you when he saw you?
No,
Handshake?
he just shook my hand, like, and I you know, firm grip, gave him a firm grip, looked him in the eye, and then I sat down, and he was like, "Do you want to drink anything? Do you want anything?" I'm like, can I get like a Coca-Cola or something? And he was like, "Wait, what? My son will not be drinking Coca-Cola. You should drink Guinness or you know, some beer." And I'm like, "Oh, actually, I don't drink." So he's like, okay, are you mad at me? That's the first question he asked me. Are you mad at me? And I ignored that question. And her aunt was like, just stop talking. Let me take over. Right. So he was like, first of all, I would like to apologize to you and your family for what my brother has done. At that time, when your mom was 19, he was 24. and he was quite young and had gotten another woman pregnant the year before. That was the girl that came to look for me. So he couldn't bear the responsibility of taking care of 2 infants.
Yo.
And also he was scared of what my grandfather would say, because my grandfather, remember, was rich
Was a
and
powerful
powerful
man, yeah.
Yeah. So that's why he decided to deny responsibility. And so he's very sorry about that. And I'm like, okay. And she said, are you gonna yell or do anything crazy? Like, that's fine, that's justifiable. I'm like, oh nah, I'm just here to listen. I don't have anything to say. And then she goes on to say how the man had been had been seeing me almost every single day, because he lives only 15 minutes away by walking and 5 minutes by drive. And that every morning when I'm walking to school, he sees me. When I'm carrying water on my head in traffic, he sees me. He saw all the struggles that I went through when I was wearing tattered clothing in traffic. He saw and didn't say anything.
Did he at least buy some water?
Nothing.
At least.
Well, if he did, I don't know, because I didn't know him then, and his face didn't look familiar. So he was in his he drove big cars that then. So he would just pass, look out the window, because my house is also by the roadside. So you pass and you look in, you see us, me and my friends playing. So the whole time he saw me, every single time. He just couldn't come around to say this or that. So at this point, I'm like, okay, how do I even react to this news, right?
Yeah.
And so now, so the next thing that came out of my mouth was like, so why now? And he's like, oh no, I mean, I've been trying to do it for the past few years, but I don't know how to do it. But your sister pushed me, and so I decided to come clean. And it's not like I want anything from you. I just wanted to know that you are my son, and I am your father. And okay, so I'm like, okay. And then he's like, yeah, you know what? Anything that you want, I will give you. So because I can where do you study? I'm like, I'm in uni, 30. It was like, yeah, can I pay the rest of your school fees? Send you money every now and then. So now I'm in a dilemma, right? Because I know my mom doesn't have the money. And I'm on partial scholarship. I mean, full scholarship for tuition, but I didn't have pocket money or whatnot. So what do I do? Do I take his money, or do I just tell him off and leave? So I thought about it for like 5 minutes. I said, okay, I'll call you and I'll tell you what to do. Thinking I'll go home, discuss with my mom, and then we see what to do.
Yeah.
That meeting ends. I go home. I try to talk to my mom. She wouldn't talk about it.
At all.
Like, nah, at all. She doesn't want anything to do with it. And she said, whatever decision I take, it's up to me. And the only thing she wants from me is to not tell other people, like in the family, about this situation, or tell Snoop that I've met Shaggy, and that Snoop is not my dad. Or my father, I should say.
Yeah.
So this thing was eating me up. And you know what? When the time came for me to go back to school, my mom was like, I don't really have money. Just go. I'll send you money later. So I picked the phone and called Snoop. I called Shaggy.
Shaggy, yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'll take that offer. Give me that money. Yeah, let's do it. So he sends me money. I go to school. I forget about him. Then he start to call me and was like, why are you not calling me? Or why are you not checking up on your father? I'm like, hey, okay, first of all, you are not my father. In fact, you're not. I should say you're not my
your
dad.
Father.
You're my father, but you're not my dad.
Yeah.
And even Snoop, who stepped up just a little bit, I don't even call him like that. In fact, I barely call him. So what makes you think that I will do differently? And he said, but you said you've forgiven me. And that's where that lesson comes in. Forgiveness does not equal reconciliation. Yeah, I have forgiven you, but what do I stand to actually gain by seeing you as a father? I grew up with no father figure in my life. And you saw me doing all these things. You've asked for forgiveness. I've given you. How do you expect me to pretend like nothing happened and just start calling you dad?
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen. So we did a back and forth, and then I decided, you know what? If you think the money is going to buy me, that's not what's happening, because that's not how I roll. Like, I've lived my life very poor. This is not going to change anything. So he's like, you know what? It's okay. Don't stress. I'm still your dad. I'm like, nah, you're my father. You're not my dad. So we had this for a while, and he accepted the fact that I was not going to call him at all. Like, I was not interested in his life at all. Just the same way, like, he was not interested in mine.
Yeah, you had no relationship, so there was nothing.
We had no relationship. There's no, like, if I called him, what was I going to talk to him about?
Yeah,
like,
true.
How was your day? And nah, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, so I graduate, top of my class, first class honors. No show at my graduation. Not my supposed fathers, the two of them. None of them show up. In fact, none of my family shows up, and it's understandable because it's a 6-hour trip. And that means they would have to stay somewhere else and go for the graduation in the morning. So I understood that they didn't have to show up.
Well, when you say none of your family, you've only spoken about your mom, Snoop, and Shaggy. Well, and now
Yes.
your other sister. Those are the people that you're referring to as your family not showing up?
Yeah. So grandma, those people, and then aunties and whatnot, nobody shows up. So I'm not really, I don't really even think about this, right? So I did my national service. Back home, you have to do a national service for a year. Did it. And then I got a full ride scholarship to leave the country and study abroad.
Nice. You've done well academically.
Thank you.
You sound like you've done exceptionally well.
Yeah, I feel like the experiences I had growing up actually put me on the right path and made me focus on things that I wanted to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I get the full scholarship, but the problem is just buying the plane ticket, right? So what do I do?
Contact Shaggy.
Your guess is as good as mine. So I went back to Shaggy. I'm like, you know what? If you want to do one more thing, just buy me the plane ticket. He was like, can I change your name? And I said, absolutely not.
Wait a minute. What does it mean? Can he change your name?
He wants to give me his family name. So I put it on all my documents.
At age 20 plus?
Yes.
For somebody who's been invisible for 20 plus years.
Exactly. Because he showed up for like 1 year. So if he showed up because he gave me money for a few months, he felt entitled to change my name.
Where did he get the balls to say that? Just from one meeting and one payment for school fees?
Right.
Bro.
So I'm like, yeah, no. If that's your condition for paying for my plane ticket,
you don't want it.
I don't want it. So then I think, so the girl that came looking for me, she called me and was like, yeah, Shaggy's very stubborn and sometimes he feels very entitled to everything, but please understand that that's how he is and try to relate to him that way. And if it's possible, consider changing the name. I'm like, no, go tell him that I'm also very stubborn and I don't consider what he's done enough for me to see him as a dad.
Right.
So they had this back and forth, and then she convinced Shaggy, to pay for the plane ticket. And that's how I left the country. So, and that is probably the last time I spoke to Shaggy.
Yeah.
Right. So, so then I get out there. Things were going very well. In a new country, different language, different culture. I'm assimilating, but at a certain point in life, you realize you better find somebody. Relationships and whatnot. But I realized also that I was scared of relationships because of what had happened to me, my life. But like everything, I've become a product of irresponsible behavior, and that affected the way I saw people. So I started seeing red flags everywhere.
Very quickly.
Now red flag, I'm gone. So I became that kind of guy who wouldn't stay for a relationship.
Give me one or two of those red flags that you see real quick and you're out.
So if you tell me a story and the next day you tell me a different, you tell me the same story. Like, for example, if I ask you, what did you eat this morning?
Yeah.
And you say, oh, I had cornflakes, right? Obviously, logically, when you have cornflakes, you just don't eat the cornflakes. You eat it with milk and whatnot, right? Some people even have bread with it. But if you told me you had cornflakes and milk, and I asked you again and said you had cornflakes and bread, it's the same story, right? But told differently.
Yeah.
But you're not lying.
Yeah, there are new elements in there.
Yeah. To me, that's a lie because you're not telling me the full story. Right. So then that became an issue.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a typical example of that. Yeah. And then obviously I decided I just had trust issues. Like, I feel like I've seen it firsthand, deception. I feel like you're deceiving me every single time. So even when people have good intentions for me, I'm like, oh, I don't know. This
but what is there for you to gain that you're not telling me?
Exactly. Yeah, there's always a catch. What is the catch? Even when people are genuinely doing stuff for me. So that led to me struggling with romantic relationships. Fast forward, I graduate and I decide to, make my mom's life better. And so after graduation, I got a nice job, calling, and my mom fell sick, like very sick. I went to visit her. So I hadn't gone home in a long time. So I decided, my mom is my everything, obviously.
Yeah.
Like she's my everything. So I go back home. And she had become half of what she was when I was leaving home, like in terms of size. She had lost so much weight. It was heartbreaking. And I asked what's happening, and everybody says she's just been sick since you left. Right? So I didn't put two and two together. I just thought, what's happening? And she said she didn't tell me because she didn't want me worried because I'm overseas, whatnot. I'm like, nah.
How long were you away for?
So I was away for about 4 years at that time.
Wow. So she kept quiet about this for 4 years.
For 4 years. And knowing her history, she's pretty good at keeping secrets.
Yeah. Say less, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So I tried to get her the good medical care, but so she started getting better, and I decided to leave home, go to where I was stationed to try and arrange for her to come and get actual proper care. Because obviously some countries have better health care.
That's right.
And like 2 months later, she passes on.
Oh, come on. Hey,
yeah, man. That broke me, man. That was so heartbreaking. I struggled for months. I was very depressed because I felt like I had failed her in a way. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I just felt like I could have done more. And also, then it clicked that maybe since that incident happened, she's been living in fear and she's been overthinking. That made her situation worse.
Sure. Right? Yeah, I hear that, man.
Yeah, so that happened. I was broken. I came back home to try and get her a proper burial. I arranged everything. Then the invites were sent out to, back home we do posters and we post it on all over the city, post it on posters and on walls. So people came, and Shaggy and Snoop came. That day. So I'm like, okay, nobody knows what's happening, right? Obviously, people in my family know about Snoop, but they don't know about Shaggy.
Shaggy, yeah.
So I talked to Shaggy for a while, and then Snoop was like, who is that guy? I'm like, he's one of my mom's friends. I lied that it was my mom's friend. So I was not ready to do that during my mom's burial. No way that was happening.
Yeah.
And then, so Shaggy came, and he came to, ask all boys, like, what do you, like he was trying to take control. I'm like, this, first of all, you have no relationship with any of us in this family. So why do you assume that you can just take control because you have the money? And so he didn't like the way I spoke to him because I was pretty blunt with him. Like, look, money's not control in this family. Like, we actually value respect more than money.
Yeah.
And it would be better if you actually showed respect to my dead mother that you betrayed on several occasions,
Absolutely.
rather than make this about you, because this is not about you. So he got mad and stormed off, left. He didn't come back. So usually we do the funeral 3 days: Friday, Saturday, Sunday. He showed up on the Saturday. That's when we had this issue, and he never showed up again. That was fine with me, because at that time I was working a good job. I could afford to give my mom a proper burial. I didn't need anything from him. Then Snoop decided that the funeral was boring, so he would go chilling with his friends. So he went smoking and drinking with his friends and never returned to the funeral. So I'm hurt by this because I felt like the last thing you could do after abandoning me and my mom was to actually pay your last respect to her and not act like a stupid person. Excuse me. Because there was no point. Why did you even show up then if you're just gonna come, go drink, get high, and leave? Like, what's the point of coming?
That's disrespectful, isn't it?
That's very disrespectful, in my opinion. So he left, and I'm like, okay, you know what? This is it for me. I don't want any relationship with any of them. I've done very well for myself, I think, over all these years. I don't need them for anything else. So I cut off Shaggy. Like, I refused to message him or reply to his message. He actually messaged me once after that, asking if I wanted to meet up for a drink, and I didn't reply because I was still mad about the whole incident, right?
Yeah.
And then, so Snoop, because I felt like I have his name, and I felt bad. I felt sorry for him that he didn't get married ever, and he didn't have any more kids, right? So he thinks that I am his only child, but he really doesn't have a child,
bruh.
right? So I kind of felt bad for him. So I tried to stay in contact with him and got him a new phone, taught him how to use the phone in a proper way, got WhatsApp and all those things and stuff for him. So just so I could stay in touch with him. Because I figured that's the least I could do. Even though I was not required to do anything.
Were you softer with him because he stood up when he was told that he was your dad and only couldn't be involved because of what his dad told him to do and how his dad treated you? So you knew that he had every intention to do the right thing, but he was shackled to his dad and he couldn't do much.
In a way, yes. Yes. Because he could have, I felt like so I also felt bad because of my mom's actions, right? If my mom had not implicated him, he would have continued his education, probably become something better out of himself. Because at that time, he was just working like menial jobs, not really doing anything proper with his life because he dropped out of school. And also I felt bad because I felt like at least he's going to be alone. I know that he's going to be alone because he's not married. He doesn't have a family. His dad had died. And also for the little effort that he did. So every once in a while. So all these people, I've never spent, my whole life, I've never spent more than 24 hours with any of them, these two guys. How can you have a father and not spend more than 24 hours with them?
Yeah.
Like combined, not one day. I mean, combined our total hours that I've seen them in my life is not up to 24 hours. Yeah. So I felt, okay, just so I feel like the truth always comes out or usually comes out. And I feel like if he finds out eventually and I still have that relationship with him, he will not feel the need to act up or make things worse. So it was totally a selfish reason for me wanting to keep in touch with him, right? So I would send him money every now and then, get him a phone. But for some reason, after the funeral, I got really mad at him, like for what he did. But I still kept in touch. I messaged him when I got to where I was stationed. I'm like, hey, I've got into this country and just wanted to check in. Never replied. He never replied. And the funeral was in May. He never replied to that message. I waited till his birthday, which was in October, messaged him again, happy birthday, how are you doing? Please let me hear from you. Never replied.
Yo.
So I'm here thinking, oh, did he find out or what's up,
Yeah.
So I let go. I mean, the man clearly doesn't want anything to do with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided to live my life and let him be. And then fast forward, he's telling people that so he's contacting my aunties, my mom's sisters, that I have abandoned him, that I stopped sending him money, that I don't respect him as a father. And well, my family didn't know me, that I don't like, tolerating nonsense, so they didn't tell me. It was later that I found out that that was what he was doing. So he was trying to gaslight them into tricking me into giving him money whilst he stays home and he does nothing. Right. So I told them to tell him that if he has an issue, he should call me directly, not try to go through them.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's 2025. He still hasn't done that. But for some reason, I am known as the child who's abandoned his father.
Oh, this is crazy, man. So he gets your text messages, chooses not to reply them.
Yes.
And then goes behind your back to your family, making you seem like a bad guy, with the hope that you'll be guilt-tripped into sending money that he would not really spend or share with anybody else apart from himself, and possibly not even bother saying thank you.
No, not at all.
Yo.
Exactly how you described it.
Yo.
And so that's the story with him, and so with Snoop and Shaggy. So that's how our relationships ended. It was right after my mom's funeral, because I felt like the only thing that was binding us was my mom. And if she's not there anymore, they don't see the point. And it makes it easier for me to actually dissociate, because I don't really see their importance in my life.
Yeah. The relevance is no longer there. I mean, Snoop is not is not your father, for starters.
Right.
So yeah, already that's out the equation. And then, your father is not your dad.
Yeah, Shaggy. So what the funny thing is, like recently, not too recently, about a year ago, the girl that came looking for me started asking me for money.
Yo.
So I'm like, I feel like I was being played. Like Shaggy knew something was about to happen, so he's just trying to build contact, just so if things go west for him, he he would know that he has a son out there somewhere that would take care of him, probably. Because the girl is not doing very well. Obviously, why she's asking me for money, and she's been talking about how Shaggy's business is not doing too well too. So I felt like, okay, that's what he was trying to do. He was playing the long game. Because it doesn't make sense that you've seen me for over 10 years and you never said hello, you never said hi, and one day you just show up and say, I'm your father. Like,
absolutely.
And not even stay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I did what I had to do. I was like, yeah, I can't take this. So I blocked everyone involved in this story. And that's where we are right now. So I guess the next steps is just me setting very good boundaries and trying to focus on healing and dealing with my issues that have come out from this story.
Look, do you know what? There is no better thing to do to yourself than to protect your peace.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Protecting your peace, it has got reduced stress, it's got reduced anxiety, improved emotional well-being, enhanced resilience as an individual, and overall better sleep quality. I'm sure you go to bed peacefully now, at least knowing that you did what you could for your mom in the last moment, which was to see her. Try and get her as much medical care as you possibly could, and then you gave her a beautiful send-off.
I did. And that I am very happy with, yes.
And that should be the one thing that gives you peace at night, knowing that you did the best that you could as a son for a mom who did the best that she could at the time when she was, working and really, really, really hard. And your grandma was baking that bread and you were taking that bread out and they were still trying to support you. And they were honest enough to say, look, we just don't have what it takes. And then she also did not put pressure on you as a child to accept the hand that was being given to you, which wasn't being given in innocence, in sincerity, and in earnest.
Yeah.
Like you said,
I feel like that's one of the things that she actually got right.
Yeah.
She never forced me to do anything,
Yeah.
and she just always prioritized my education. Yeah.
Yo. Man, this is a really touching story, bro. It's it's an incredible story of resilience on your part. Because I can't imagine books making sense when you're not really sure what is going to be happening with your situation at school or with your food or with your mom and your family.
Yeah. See, I've grown to understand that sometimes when you don't know where your next meal is coming from, you focus on what is going to help you get a meal in the future.
I like that.
So you put all your energy towards what is going to secure your future for you. Like for me, I knew that education is, if you believe in God, God's way of trying to, help me out. Or if you don't believe in God, the universe's way of trying to make me stand. Because I feel like there's always something that helps people out when they need it. So I just knew that it was a gift that I had. I didn't even try because I didn't even have time to study. Remember, I was selling all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was always getting all the good grades. So I feel like that was something that I knew I could, count on. And it's what's taking me this far in life, to be honest.
I feel you were driven with a passion to do well, primarily for your mum. And then as a result, you do well for yourself in that.
Right.
And it reminds me of some stuff that Winston Churchill said a long time ago. He's known for saying, never give up on something you can't go a day without thinking about.
Oh, that's powerful.
Yeah, and I'll be hard-pressed to think that you didn't think about your mum every day and that you don't think about your mum even up until now every day.
I do think about her every single day and what she had to go through and what she had to do to survive and the guilt that she had to deal with for her whole life.
And you didn't give up on that. And look at where you are now and look at what you've been able to do.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
The one thing that I hope becomes something that you can conquer, I guess, is how this experience has shaped your romantic experiences, because you alluded to the fact that, okay, because of what has happened in the past, you got deeply rooted trust issues.
Yes. I feel like I've made a lot of progress in that aspect. So much progress that sometimes people think I don't care enough, because I'm not going around snooping in people's phones and they're like, why are you not doing that? Or like, why are you not jealous? I've really...
And they're expecting you to be doing that?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Like my last relationship, she was like, you're not jealous enough. I told you I'm going out with my guy friends and you're like, okay, have fun and just keep me updated. I was like, wait, what? Are you not jealous? Like, you're not gonna, want to tag along or anything? Like,
she's expecting you to be dramatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, those are people who are bringing...
I've really worked on my trust issues.
Yeah, those are people who are bringing their own traumas your way, bro. That's none of your business. What? How does someone say you're not jealous enough? Why aren't you checking my phone? Why are you snooping on me? They don't know you've had to deal with your own snoop. They don't know.
I know. I'll become Snoopy, What? Yeah, that's why because it's actually like, so like the lessons that I said, it's one of the things that like, it's okay to have Jesus and a therapist too. Taking therapy seriously has really helped me grow as a person, grow as a man, and work out some of these trust issues that I feel like I'm in a very good place right now. And, then again, it's also the part where I said that the people who fail you teach you how not to fail others. So now I know what I want to be. So I've never really had a dad, but I've learned exactly how to be a dad.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because of the things that they didn't do. I know that when I'm spraying my seeds, I'm going to be accountable for the seeds when they germinate.
Oh, 100%.
So I'm careful where I put my seeds. And when and how I want to put my seed.
I can't emphasize that enough. You really got to be careful who you have children with, because it's a lifelong commitment. People think, I'll have this child as soon as they turn 18, they become an adult and they go. But looking at how the world is wired right now, a child will go to uni and finish university, but they still come and live at home. Purely because, the economy may not be supportive of what is happening. I know yesterday I was looking at an article that came out in The Guardian, And a friend of mine, Yenny, if you're listening, there's a shout out to you. A friend of mine called Yenny, who listens to the podcast, was just saying, hey, man, we're having a lot of difficulty finding jobs that we want to do better in. And we're on this, and we kind of give each other that support to say, look, what are we doing? Where are we going next? And then I just took a screenshot and said, are you feeling this? And what it was basically saying was that the UK jobs market has cooled down and vacancies are notably falling.
Wow.
And I was talking to another good friend of mine called Hapu about exactly a year ago, and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm trying to make some moves, but I'm feeling the economy is pushing against me here.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but that's the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. So, hey, man. All I just wanted to say was this is an incredible story of resilience, and well done to you.
Thank you very much.
I'm confident this is going to resonate with somebody very, very deeply. And just to play Black Hero lessons as we close this out. Number one, forgiveness does not equate to reconciliation. And I get it. Some doors are better left closed. I'm glad you closed that door with Snoop, because it adds zero value to you.
Exactly.
So protect your peace. Shut that door.
Yeah, may I chip in that?
Yeah.
For a lot of people, especially in friendship groups, they think forgive and forget. I don't buy that. I think forgiveness is for you. True, you need to forgive, but reconciliation is very optional. If you don't benefit from that, there's no need to reconcile. Right? It's very optional. Don't be gaslighted into pretending nothing happened.
Yeah,
that's not forgiveness. That's just gaslighting. Reconciliation is definitely optional.
Absolutely. And just to recap on my trend of thought, I just realized I left it hanging when I was talking about be careful who you have a child with, because okay, they turn 18, job market is stagnant, they can't get a job, they can't get a salary. Guess where they come in? They come in right back home.
Yes.
Right? So now that they're back in the home, you are supporting them. That support might just turn them into lazy kids who decide not to do anything for the rest of their lives and just stuck with them until they turn 90.
Oh, you are hitting the nail right on the head.
Yeah, so the point I was driving at, be very careful who you potentially have your child with. If you're in a relationship with someone and you're not really sure whether you want to have this long term and you decide to have sex, cool, have sex, but make sure you're protecting yourself.
Exactly. Like, don't go and do the nasties without protection and come and cry when they bring you a child.
Yeah. And then you're like, wait, what?
Also, I was going to chip in this. I was contemplating whether to add this lesson, but I was going to say, if you're not sure, just get the DNA done, man.
If what? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, but why? But why would you be scared of having that as another lesson?
Well, it's a topic of contention these days. Like, a lot of women feel offended whenever a man has suggested a DNA test. Yeah. So I thought I just tried to play safe.
Yeah, I can understand why, because it implies that you're saying you have the potential to have been sleeping out during our time, and nobody wants to have that finger pointed at them. However, given what we all see in the world, right? Yeah. I think what governments should really aim to do is to say that before you actually register a child officially and give them a birth certificate, they must be a DNA test complete.
Because for somebody who's had two fathers in my life, I 100% support that notion.
It's a win-win for everyone. It's clarity for mom to say, okay, this is definitely your child, or it's not your child, and it's confidence for the man.
And an added bonus is a lot of places children are sold in the hospital. So a couple will be looking for a daughter, but they had a son, and they swap it around. DNA test will help to prove that you're going home with the right child.
100%. Yeah, 100%. So, I've actually added it as your lesson number 5. Okay, so back to number 2. The people who fail you teach you how not to fail others. Look, you've got a classic case of what it takes to be a father and what it takes to be a dad. And I really hope you do what the experience has taught you, which is to be a dad, and not only be a dad, but be a great dad at it.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Number 4, it's okay to have Jesus and to have a therapist 2. Yes, I totally get that. Sorry, I skipped number 3. Number 3 is biology makes you a father. Taking on responsibilities makes you a dad. I don't think I even need to go into this because your life experience is exactly that line. And you've just told everybody listening here. And then it's okay to have Jesus and the therapist too. I'm glad you've received and are receiving the help that has made you a better person, because you genuinely did not know better. So you didn't have the skills to navigate these waters in the way that would work for you best. And you're only starting to do that now. So my word of encouragement would be continue being kind to yourself, because I think you have been kind to yourself given the circumstances. Being given a name of a father that is not yours, and then meeting your actual father and realizing that he's not a dad, seeing your mom's heart break the way that it did, seeing her health deteriorate, and then ultimately losing her is a hell of a lot to take on. And to think that the human experience is capable of taking care of these on its own without getting support it's just not the right way for us to approach life, I think. There are people who are trained and equipped to help with these kind of things. And guess what? Jesus is probably the same person who gave them the brains to understand how they can best help you cope.
Exactly my argument.
Yeah.
The same with if you're sick. I mean, faith in healing is good, but sometimes get medical attention too, because Jesus gave them the same brain to do medicine.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I really, really like that. And then the last one, if you're not sure about a baby, get a DNA test done.
Hallelujah.
And live in peace. Kamau, the Quiet Warrior, thank you so much. This has been an incredible story. And you guys have been listening to another episode of The Feeling Station. I'm your host, Tinto, and I'll catch you in next weekend's episode.